Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. For me, Zoomcar has always been about happy memories and about creating more of those happy memories. Now, in some instances, there's a small percent of the time where unfortunately our customers or the bookings that get served really don't result in the happiest of memories. And that's why we're here today. I want to talk and address about some of these concerns, some of the challenges, some of the problems that do happen with a small percent of our bookings and what we can do to be better and to make sure this doesn't happen again in the future. So we're going to go through a couple of cases here and kind of talk through. So our first is from Mumbai, from Rohit. This is regarding a damage dispute. So it says that it turns out that Zoomcar deducted 1,500 rupees on account of vehicle damage charge that was 500 rupees. So now this is something which unfortunately does come from time to time. It's largely a result of a human error, but just to give the comfort to our customers, actually what we do on our side, we have about 75 different damage charges that we have that are displayed on the Fleet Executive tab as well as on paper to show when a damage happens, what exactly we do, what we charge the customer. So it's very fair and very transparent. That is something which there are occasions or edge cases which come, and when those edge cases come, it's actually on the customer care team, the fleet team, to make sure they work with the customer to sort that. And that's something which we're always trying to make more robust and improve. So the second such issue that we have here is from Chennai. It's from Shuram. And this is around refunds, where he's talking, okay, so it's been about 3 weeks now, I've still yet to receive my refund from my security deposit that actually I thought it was going to my wallet, but didn't land in my wallet, and so he's trying to check, it's not there. And so this is something where there's always actually now a back and forth where some customers will feel, okay, well, why do I have to use a wallet? It's taking some time, I don't know, do I have to check my wallet? There's a lot of confusion that's there. Now, the reason why we've done the wallet as opposed to a traditional refund process through the card back to your account is that it saves a ton of time. It saves actually about 4 to 5 days by going directly to your wallet as opposed to your bank account. And really it's about creating that trust, creating that experience, that seamless experience for you to get your money back. Now there's a small percent of time where that actually doesn't happen. And in these instances, I definitely acknowledge that we have to improve our communication to the customer to make sure that you feel good and understand, know exactly where it is in the process. And that is something we are aggressively working on and is in fact getting better. Now the final point here, this is from Gaurav in Mumbai. This is regarding a DL. And so he said, I uploaded my DL today in the morning, it's still showing as pending after a few hours. So this is a case, just to give and go back then a little bit on the DL, we actually have 3 different sort of alert messages to make sure that customers can always upload their DL in time for the booking. So our process is that within 10 hours of completing your booking reservation online, you have to upload your DL, and that's to ensure that you have a very seamless, streamlined process as you get closer to your booking start time. Now, there are some issues sometimes where it may take a couple of extra hours to actually approve the driver's license, and part of that's because the DL may be older from another state, but that's something we're working on streamlining as well to make sure that that process is even faster and the communication is even better. So these are the 3 issues that I wanted to talk about primarily here today in the office. Now we're going to go next door and go and drill down into the vehicle car condition and cleanliness. Hi again guys, so we're down here now at one of our most popular sites. We're with one of our XUVs and this car just came back from a booking, so we want to actually step through a little bit about the vehicle condition and about the car cleanliness. This is something that sometimes is raised by you, the customer, as a challenge and something that we can improve upon. So I wanted to again take a step back and show you a little bit about what actually goes on in that time leading up to your booking and then that time after your booking to make sure the car is always looking spick and span. So when you come in, a fleet executive will come assess the car from the inside of it. Now where we are, we look at a couple of major elements. So one, we have to make sure that the seat covers themselves, the seats are in great shape. And so what we do, we apply a vacuum as well as a towel that we have here alongside this solution here that I have in my hand, which is actually more of a deep shampoo-like chemical, which then when you spray and apply, that actually helps get any stains or residues out of the seat. And so we do this every time to make sure that the seat cover is looking like brand new. And then we also will inspect the vents, and we'll also make sure that this is sort of dusted properly to make sure that it's really looking in great shape. And then finally we'll actually take out the floor mats themselves and we'll shake these off outside. We'll we'll actually go and vacuum these mats, and in certain occasions when it's particularly muddy, we'll actually even apply water and actually scrub then with this towel as well. And so that's really the key element, because we understand that it's a very poor customer experience to go into the car and then have sort of a dusty floor mat. That's really not something you want to take for your mother, your wife, or yourself. No one wants that. And so finally, to top it off, we have this spray here. So this is an air freshener, a basic air freshener that we apply then in all cases to ensure that the car is smelling nice, smelling fresh for your long journey with us. And so that's what we do on the inside of things. Now we're going to step outside and go through what we do for the exterior and for the mechanical checking. Hey guys, so we're back outside the vehicle. So as you see, the car itself is quite dirty, quite dusty. Must have just come back from the hill station, long booking. So now we're here. We actually are at the site, and we need to make sure the car is spick and span, ready to go for the next booking. So when an executive comes to the site, comes to the vehicle, first he'll start off actually by taking this brush here, and we just kind of lightly apply and make sure we get the dust, debris off initially. So that's the first step. And then from there, so we have this towel that's with us. We actually take the towel, so we apply, so I have right here the same spray solution that you saw, and we'll actually spray a couple times across, and then we'll wipe off to really apply that elbow grease to make sure that the dust and the debris is off the body and all the panes. And then finally, actually, what we have is the glass. And so the glass oftentimes is tough because this, of course, line of sight, everyone needs it to be very spick and span. It needs to be really clean. And so we actually take this bottle, and so we spray here on the glass, and this actually will wipe off very, very effectively, so it's not smudged, not leaving any smears, and so you can get on your way. So these are the key elements. We actually apply this to every pane, the glass, and then also we do touch-up work on the tires as well to remove mud, to remove dirt and debris there. So those are the key elements that we like to tend to when it comes to the exterior condition of the vehicle. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the mechanical condition of the car. Now, as you know, this is probably the most important part of your ride here with Zoomcar, because this underpins the essence of why you're even taking a car. And so it actually pains me to see occasional posts on Facebook, see tweets on Twitter, or even see the occasional blog post on Team BHB where people complain about having a suboptimal experience from a mechanical standpoint. Now, this is something that we take extremely seriously, because not only is it your experience here, but it's actually your life, your family's life, your friends that are all there with you. And so to start off, what we do when the executive comes to the site, comes to the vehicle, we usually start off just by looking at the tires. So checking for the tire tread, which is really critical, making sure we assess the bolts, making sure that that's tied and screwed properly, and then making sure that tire pressure is sufficient. If it's not sufficient, well, here, use this pump, ensure that there's sufficient pressure there, and so we can monitor and measure that so that you have a very safe, happy journey. So now also then what we do is we go then open up the hood, and we check for coolant levels, we check for engine levels, brake levels, for the fluids there, as well as checking for the windshield wiper fluid, which is of course very critical because the roads are very dusty, there's a lot of debris out there, so it's important to have very, very clean windshields throughout. Now, what we do is we do a quick check on the battery health as well by turning that key and really getting a sense and feel for if the battery is in top-notch health. So these are the key elements that we like to do and really look at to ensure that the vehicle is in the absolute best shape for you, for your journey. So now that we've gone through some of the internal processes, as well as actually shown you how we go about cleaning the car, maintaining the car, as well as handling a lot of customer complaints and issues that come up, we wanted to really open it up to you, the customer, and I really wanted to take this moment, this opportunity to take your feedback and to lay down the gauntlet. So I'm really happy and proud here today to stand before you and kick off a new initiative that we'll be doing, sort of called the Zoomcar Suggestion Box. And so each month going forward, we're going to crowdsource 2 ideas from you, the customer, from our loyal, dedicated base, to how we can make something better in our operations and build something which is going to give more value to you, the customer. And so for this month, I'm going to be kicking it off and going down the gauntlet for suggestions that are around car condition, the mechanical car condition, and the car cleanliness. So we're really eager to hear from you, the customer, around what we can do better with respect to car cleanliness and with respect to the car condition and the maintenance of the vehicle. So if you have suggestions for us to make it better, please do hit us up on Facebook on Twitter. We'll also be putting out a post later on today and even tomorrow, which will have more details about how to provide this feedback. So we're really excited to kick this off. We want you, the customer, to be part of us, with us on this journey as we continue to Zoom throughout 2016 and beyond. So thanks.